Hey, everybody. Thank you for being here. Welcome to the show. This is going to be Mammoth Crypto's review of Helium Miner rules. So this is going to be a breakdown and review of some of the rules, kind of to help you recap what you need to know when it comes to Helium Miner. If you haven't been to the podcast before, this is a great time for me to ask you to like the video. Please leave a comment, hit the notification bell. I have great sound effects.
Yes.
I made all these sound effects myself. They're pretty fun. Some of them say some cool things.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
So if there's something that you really like or resonate with, leave a comment and we can make a few more. So Helium Miner is something that we've been kind of diving into over a series of videos, and we're going to continue to do that. It's a great way to get started in cryptocurrency. And if you've been using Helium Miner, we're really going to dive into a lot of different concepts. So again, take the opportunity and leave a comment. We'd love to get more information out to you about Helium Miner, ways where it can benefit you. So let's take a look at some of the rules. And as you can see, let's see if I can make this nice and big. Can you see me back here? A little bit. I'm going to go ahead and talk about some of these rules. Let's go ahead and read a little bit about them right now. So if you want to become a successful Helium miner, you need to understand how the algorithm works. Helium's proof of coverage POC algorithm is used to verify that hotspots are indeed physically located and are accurately representing their wireless coverage. The POC algorithm uses a challenging mechanism to integrate hotspots. The data they provide is then used by the network to verify the coverage of each hotspot. So we know basically the POC, understanding about the Helium Miner algorithm, is one of the great ways to first get started. If you're going to break down the rules, you're going to really need to know and understand the algorithm. That's important. Let's go ahead and move on to the next slide. All right. So this talks about Helium being founded by Sean Fanning. Now, a fun fact here, this guy is the one who invented Napster. He's credited with inventing Napster, Sean Fanning. The company has since raised more than $200 million in Series D funding round. That's pretty impressive. While the business model is still in infancy, it's already prompted a lot of hype. So if some of you don't know Napster, Napster was probably the first peer-to-peer sharing of music that was ever out. It was the first time we got music in the hands of each other through sharing over the internet. The music industry itself was really concerned. They didn't know what to do. They've never seen anything like this, and it opened the doors to a new way of sharing music. It was pretty incredible. I remember being in, I think, middle school when Napster came out, and it definitely changed my life. So I'm sure Sean Fanning's got a lot of great ideas, and without a doubt, he's got his hand in now Helium Miner, which, as we see, is already raised over $200 million. So it looks like Helium Miner is going to be in good hands. Sean has a history of being a visionary. He's got a great eye for making companies. So anything that he's made pop up, you should keep your eye on. He did also have a hand in some of Facebook. So anything that Sean has his hands on is something worth keeping an eye on. That's for sure. Okay, let's go on to the next slide. So the Helium Miner network has a high growth potential. In fact, the market cap is currently over $3 billion. That's a lot of money. Its infrastructure rollout is ongoing, and it has partnered with hardware manufacturers FreedomFi. This partnership is aimed at ensuring global decentralization cell coverage. In the meantime, it is working to develop a global 5G network. So that's pretty interesting right there. Is sound effect pretty interesting?
Yes.
Because working to develop a 5G network is a pretty impressive way to use the Wi-Fi availability that Helium Miner is really targeting. So it looks like they got their hands on quite a bit of activity, which is going to be revolutionary. We understand from previous videos, and if you haven't watched some of the previous videos, go back and watch them. Yeah, Helium Miner likes to focus on hotspots, and ways to provide coverage to people in different ease of use ways. So the fact that they're looking and going after 5G is pretty impressive and something to keep an eye on, because this looks like Helium Miner could really shoot up. Now, I'm not giving investing advice. This is just conversation, but I would definitely take heed to some of the potential that could be out there. We could see Helium Miner go 10x, 1,000x, 10,000x within the next 10 years. I wouldn't put it past a company like this. So definitely this is something that you might want to keep an eye on, particularly if you are someone that likes investing. Let's go ahead and move on to the next slide. All right. Now, as the Helium network grows, so do the rewards that follow. In general, the more hotspots interact, the more HNT the miner earns. However, if multiple hotspots are located in the same area, they may not be able to communicate with each other. In addition, if one hotspot is too far from others, the miner will not be able to earn as many HNT. So it looks like some of the rules that go with the hotspots have to do with the balancing act of the right word for this would be location, but there's another word, proximity. So if they're too far away, it looks like they're going to have trouble communicating with each other and may not be able to earn as much. But if they're too close, they're going to kind of compete with each other, so to speak. So the fact that they have to interact, because this is how the network grows, it's a bit of a balancing act. So this is something that we're going to have to keep an eye on in the future and see how Helium Miner navigates these waters as it continues to grow, because I expect, and I think most of us expect, this company to really push the envelope when it comes to hotspots and crypto and grow. So that is going to be the bulk of what we're talking about when it comes to Helium Miner. And one thing I would like for you to do at this point, if you haven't done it before, first off, go back and check out the old videos. We have a complete series on Helium Miner. We're going to continue to add to it. We have great discussions that are coming your way. So this is where I tell you, please like, leave a comment, subscribe, because this is where you get to be a part of the community and really focus in on helping the community out by bringing great conversation, questions, discussions, talk about your experience with Helium Miner, talk about where you see the profits coming. If you saw an article or you read something, you saw something on the news, talk about it with us, engage. Let's have a back and forth. That would be great for the community. And we can all hopefully get some solid information out together. We're going to be aggressive about it. We're going to have conversations, and we're going to bring guests on the podcast. So thank you for being here. We look forward to seeing you soon, and be well.